What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I wanted to capitalize on some of the reasons of why I got into video in the first place. So I posted a video recently on this channel about how I got into video, and I kind of wanted to dive a little bit deeper into the reasons of why. Maybe not necessarily the reasons of why, but the trials and tribulations that you have to go through to find your reason of why. Let's just get into this video. So I was rewatching that video and I wanted to explain a little bit more about how I got into video, because it's not necessarily just I just got into video. It's not necessarily whatever passion that you're into now or starting. It's not necessarily you just jump into it right away, for me at least. So let me tell you my story. Whenever I would get interested in, let's say, for example, guitar. I used to play guitar, and when I picked up the guitar for the first time, I was loving it. Then suddenly I was hating it, and I put it down for a while. I had this cold shoulder of not wanting to learn and play guitar. I think another reason why was because I had to go to lessons. I had to take lessons every single week, and it was Mary Had a Little Lamb on the small E string, and I didn't really want to play Mary Had a Little Lamb when I was already playing power chords and rocking out to songs that I wanted to play. So maybe that was one of the reasons, but I did find a trend of myself putting something down and then picking it back up a little bit later on. So for my story, at the very least, you may not be able to recognize your passion just right away. And my passion was video, and is video. And I didn't realize that the first time. It was senior year of high school. I took a video class. It was like Video 101. Totally wasn't interested really into it. I just wanted to be able to create something and goof off. And that was that class. It was very creative. We had a lot of fun. We got to goof off a lot, because being able to create means that you have to be able to keep an open mind of your surroundings. Being able to open your mind and allow your mind to discover different ways that you can create, and not putting up walls or anything like that. So I was taking this class, and it was the senior year. We had a project that was due that counted as the final, and we had like 3 months, 4 months to do it. Me being me at that time, I was procrastinating like crazy. I knew that I had to record that video as the final, but I had no idea of what I really wanted to film. And so I put it off because I told myself, oh, it'll get done. I'll come up with an idea eventually in the next week. Well, weeks and weeks went by and months went by, and then all of a sudden it was the night before the project was due, and I had nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing filmed. No ideas even brainstormed, thought up of. I was totally screwed. I knew the project was due. I called up a couple of my buddies, and if those guys did not answer the phones and help me out with that video would have never happened, and I probably wouldn't have been in this position right now, all things leading up. But those guys came over, we filmed this really goofy video, and I got an A. I turned in the video and I got an A. And from then on, I really thought, oh wow, that was a lot of fun. I would like to do something like that again. Maybe not at the brink of the submission time, but I definitely loved to be able to film something and then put it out and have someone's reaction to it. I think that's what it was. And I think that's what it is. Anyways, I've kind of put it down for a while. So when I started college, I had no idea of what I really wanted to do. I was just taking entry-level courses to anything. I think I took like a music class, and I really wasn't digging the whole music class. It was music history. I was just bored out of my mind. I would be taking other classes like the normal history class, general biology class, and none of that stuff rang a bell with me. None of that stuff woke me up to get me creative. Nothing inspired me. Nothing spoke to me like that. I knew I had a passion for something, but I just couldn't figure it out. So I had to take the speech class. I had to make a PSA, and that was the video that I posted in my last video. And it wasn't even anything related to video. It was just, if you had a phone or a point and shoot camera, borrow it from your mom or dad or uncle or aunt or brother or sister, film a PSA video or film a commercial of some sort speaking about such and such product. You had to talk, and you had to actually get up in front of a class and talk about afterwards what your video was about to explain it a little bit more. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I think you could do that again. This happened again, and it was the night before the project was due. I think I even remember getting a extension on it because I wasn't ready for it. And I called up one of my buddies and I pulled the same moves out of my back pocket and I said, hey, I got something to do tomorrow. Presentation's at 9:30. Can you help me out? So he came over, we shot that video that you saw in the last video about how I got into video. That was the presentation that I showed to the class and they loved it. They were up in arms. They were laughing because that was kind of when that model of iPhone came out back then and we're just kind of making fun of it. But I got an A on that project. So I saw some connection between, well, this is not even a video class, but I'm using a camera. And the other class was a video class and I had to use a camera, but they're not the same classes. But I had a really fun time filming. Nah. I didn't allow myself to understand that connection. I didn't see that connection. I never knew. I didn't figure that out. So I just kept going on about my college years and was just taking courses that I didn't like. And then I got out of college and I remember just doing just the worst jobs out there. When I was going to this job that was 20 minutes away, it was just another job that I didn't want to be at, but it was making me $2 more. And it wasn't video. But then something happened one of those days when I was at that job and I saw exactly what I wanted to do. I saw it right in front of me. It was physically just right in front of me that day. It was like a slap in the face. I got the chills and I was like, that's what I want to do. You know, when you get goosebumps and the hair stand on the back of your neck, that's what happened. But when I saw this camera crew, I'm like, I want to do that. I don't know why. That looks like so much fun. That's it. That's the thing I want to do. And then I was just like, well, how do I get there? I'm over here on this side, and that's over there on a completely opposite end of the spectrum. How do I get over there? I want to get over there like now. And so I just started doing some research, and that's kind of how the whole downloading YouTube, starting a YouTube channel kind of began, because I saw it. I'm like, what do I do? Well, I got to start making videos. I got to start creating videos. I got to start uploading videos. I have to start practicing. I have to get good at being on camera. I have to do all of these things, I think. I don't know. I'm just almost guessing, and I hope. I've been learning these things from people that have already experienced this type of stuff. Okay, that works. Okay, the next step. Kind of work with that for a little bit. Okay, so that works. And I kept doing that and kept doing that. And now we're here. Now we're rocking and rolling. Now we're in a place where it's good. To sum this all up, if you're interested in something, if you're interested in pursuing whatever career or interest that you're into, start going for it. Start figuring it out. You may not even realize it the first time when it stands right in front of your face, but as long as you can identify it, I say go for it and figure it out. It may take 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, 6 to 10, 900 times like it took for me to, oh, there it is, right in front of my face. So sometimes you just don't recognize it. But once you do, make sure you make a move on it. Make sure you do something about it. That's all I really want to say for this video. I kind of had to go through a little bit of a storyline, but we got there. If this video kind of gave you some inspiration and maybe you're in the same boat as I was back then, don't fret. Don't worry about it too much. But when it pops up right in front of your face and you get that chill, you get that, I think this is something, that's when you gotta get the ball rolling for yourself. Don't let that fire die. Stoke that fire. Make sure that fire grows. Hopefully you guys find something within this story in today's video that will help you out for your next step. I'm gonna peace out for now. I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. It's been real. Keep it real. You know what it is. Deuces.